Hello everyone, here I'm back for another video lecture and today we're going to discuss the elbow flexion and extension. As you know, we are performing the passive range of motion, so majorly what you have to do is performing with your own hands, okay? In the last lecture we have discussed the scapular movements. Now we are just going towards the elbow joint, okay? Majorly what would happen is the hand placement and procedure is specifically or majorly same like the shoulder flexion, okay? Except the motion occurs at the elbow as it is flexed or extended, okay? So what would happen here is basically, okay, we can just scroll it down to see the picture, okay? So what is going to, sorry, get scrolled more than required, okay? Okay, just you can see here in this picture is basically the position of a patient and a therapist. Okay, what is going to happen here is basically the hand placement, or you can just say that. So majorly what you have to see here is the position of a patient. As you can see here, is patient is in a spine line. Okay, and the therapist is standing on the side of which limb you have to basically approach, whether that is right side or the left side of a patient. So the therapist is standing on the same side, okay? So now you can see here the therapist hold from one hand he's holding the end of the humerus, so you can just say that he's giving support to the patient from his one hand, and the other hand is holding in a way that because they have to initiate and start the movement, or you can just say that you have to perform the movement with this hand. So he is going to hold that hand in a position, you can just say that in a mid position, okay? Now starting, what you have to see here is if a therapist can move a hand in a downward way, or you can just say that in a downward direction, so the extension is or elbow extension is going to perform, okay? And when a therapist basically move the hand of a patient in an upward direction, so the elbow flexion is going to perform, okay? So as you know that the position is same like shoulder flexion, nothing is going to be changed, just you have to perform the movement on the elbow joint instead of performing on a shoulder joint, okay? So as you know that controlling the forearm supination and pronation is very important, and that role is played by a therapist hand by holding the patient's wrist, okay? This hand, the hand that is holding a patient wrist, so you just have to control the supination and pronation of a patient, okay? Perform elbow flexion extension with the forearm pronated and as well as supinated. If you think that these movements are also required, you can just modify that in this way. As you know that physiotherapy is all about modification according to the patient as well. So you can just add the supination and pronation as well. The scapula should not tip forward when the elbow extend, as it discussed the true range, okay? That's why we are going to perform this movement in a spine position, because scapula is stabilized in this position. The scapula is not going to be moved or move forward or backward, okay? So this is very important. You have to stabilize the scapula, okay? So this is all for today, and on the next lecture we are going to perform. We are going to see the basically biceps brachii muscles or two joint muscles elongation. And today we have discussed the elbow flexion and extension. And if you have any query, you can ask. And this is all for today. Bye bye.